Adapting to Change is a life science unit incorporating ideas about ecosystem interactions, social groups, fossils, adaptations, and ecosystem changes. Let's look into the unit at a glance. This unit covers several third-grade life science standards about social groups, fossil evidence, ecosystems and survival, and solutions to ecological problems. 2 of the next generation science standards correspond to a Missouri Learning Standard, listed in parentheses on this chart. There are 2 standards that are NGSS only. Take a moment to pause the video and review them. In this unit, students try to figure out how our environment is a system, how living things are interconnected, and how the environment can change over time. The anchoring phenomenon used to connect students to the science content is a case study of disappearing bees in Missouri. Why are the bees disappearing? Why do we care? What can we do about it? After each lesson, students will reflect to consider what they have learned that will help them figure out the answers to the questions they have about bees and ecosystem interaction. The design challenge for this unit is a culminating activity in Lesson 10. Closely connected to the anchoring phenomenon of disappearing bees, students are tasked with choosing the best solution that would bring bees back to the ecosystem in the phenomenon case study. Now that we have an idea about what students will study in this unit, take a look at the unit flowchart. This unit is divided into 3 sections, and there are 10 lessons total. Section 1 asks students to consider how our environment is a system of living and non-living parts that work together. This section will take about 9 days. Here is the content level big idea for Section 1 and how students will figure it out. Students use ecosystem posters, explore outside of their school, read, and discuss to figure out that different natural environments have different amounts and types of living and non-living things. They will continue to apply this knowledge to the other sections of this unit. Students make their own systems out of simple parts. They read a book, watch videos, and analyze their ecosystem posters to figure out that natural environments are systems composed of living and non-living parts that interact. Section 2 asks students to consider how living things interact in an ecosystem, from predator-prey interactions to social group interactions among members of the same species. This section will take about 10 days. In Section 2, students dissect owl pellets, read books, and construct prairie, forest, and pond food chains using laminated cards in order to figure out that different animals consume different types of food in an ecosystem. They will do a sit-down, stand-up simulation to show what happens when one organism in an ecosystem disappears. They watch videos and read books in order to figure out that some species are particularly important to ecosystem health because of their large role as a food source, and because of the way they positively change the environment for other species. Next, students look at ecosystems through the lens of social groups. They again visit their ecosystem posters, read books, and watch videos of fish and bees to observe examples of how social groups help protect members by helping them get food, stay warm, or confuse predators. Section 3 asks students to apply what they have learned in order to explore how organisms are adapted to ecosystems, what happens if ecosystems change over time, and what humans can do to solve problems associated with ecosystem disruption. This section will take about 9 days. Students look at fossil sets, pictures, videos, and books to figure out that ecosystems on Earth have changed over time. The Midwest has changed from a marine ecosystem to land ecosystems, and fossils provide evidence of this. Next, students model prairie grass root adaptations, create animal adaptation reports, and observe bumblebee adaptations to figure out that organisms are uniquely adapted to their environments, and when the environment changes, organisms that live there may or may not survive. Finally, students complete the design challenge. First, they use a prairie chicken case study to model the debate process for how to choose the best solution to a problem. In this case, protecting prairie chickens from extinction. Next, they consider the anchoring phenomenon of missing bees, researching and proposing solutions to this problem based on their knowledge of prairie ecosystem interactions. By the end of this unit, students will understand the environment as a system of interconnected parts, how ecosystems change over time, how organisms respond to this change, and what humans can do to solve ecological problems. For more information, please visit our website, myscipartners.com. mySci, inspiring the next generation of scientists.